Welcome to Pivot Parenting, where we help parents of teens overcome regret and disappointment to find peace and connection in every situation. I'm Heather Frazier, your parenting expert. Journey with me to discover effective parenting tips, improve family relationships, and build a brighter future for your kids. Buckle up, things are about to get better. Okay, I have a funny story to tell you. So, Sunday evenings, our family sits down together, whoever's living in the house, and we go over our week. This started many years ago when one of my kids would freak out every time something happened during the week that they were unaware of. Like if somebody came for dinner that wasn't part of our family, or if we were gone, or whatever. Anyway, so we just started this thing where every Sunday night we go over our week so that everyone knows what to expect. Helps with anxiety and planning and logistics and all the things. So we're sitting there, and my 15-year-old, which is crazy, the baby of the family is 15, and that is wild to me. But we were sitting there, and I said, you guys, this is the last full week before school starts. And she about fell off the couch. She froze and made a dying sound and rolled off the couch. So she died dead because she had not realized that it was the last full week. She starts school the following Tuesday. So she just had a week and one Monday left as I record this on Monday, August 4th. It's going to drop on Tuesday, August 5th. My kids start school the following week. And it is wild how quickly time has gone by. Summer was so fun. I hope that you had a good summer. We did just some local stuff up in Idaho and Utah and with family, and it's been an amazing summer, but we have had so many things here and there that it just went by crazy fast. And if you are shocked by this, I get it. I also have a senior daughter this year. And the senior year, this is my third child to be a senior in high school. It is a nuanced, special kind of something. We have college applications, potentially taking the ACT again or SAT. We have essays and senior parties and a lot of lasts. This is my daughter's last year of playing high school tennis and the senior banquet and the feelings that come with that for both us as parents and her as a student and tennis player. There are so many lasts and so many firsts that happen this year. And I want you to be prepared. And so this year, in honor of my daughter being a senior, I'm having a senior launch parenting group. There are 11 spots. I want you to be one of them if you have a senior this year. The academic year is 2025 to 26. We start in September. We go through May. We're going to meet twice a month. And it's going to be an intimate group where we support one another. And this is a great opportunity for you to really dive into the nuance of launching a kid and be supported with people going through the same thing. I have done this before, and it's a fantastic experience, and everyone really bonds, and it's an opportunity you don't want to miss. And the price is fantastic. For 10 months of coaching, it's less than $1,000. If you want details, the link is in the show notes to the episode. So check that out. But today we're going to talk about kids who are bored. Mom, I'm bored. Or the parent who can't let their kid be bored and puts them in every activity and is constantly running and doing all the things. And the reason why I chose this topic is because this summer I have seen my kids be bored. I have seen other parents struggle with their kids being bored or them not wanting them to be bored. And I have to say that in American society, we are taught that our value is in our productivity and how much stuff we can get done. How far down the list can we accomplish the things? And our value, our worth is oftentimes based on that. And I don't like that. I think we need a balance because I have been the person who bought into that lock, stock, and barrel, and you fall into your bed every single night feeling defeated because the list just breeds. It doesn't ever stop growing. And then we pass this on to our children that they cannot be still or have quiet time or decompress playing a video game, watching a show, chatting with their friends, that they need to get stuff done and that they need to not have fun or not take a break until the list is accomplished. And today we're going to call BS on that. We live in an age of busyness where we look around at other families, and if our kids aren't in 50 bajillion activities, and if we aren't at the mercy of driving carpool to soccer and dance and violin and all the things, that we feel like failures. And I'm here to say that that just isn't true. Look, there's nothing wrong with your kid wanting to do activities, and there's nothing wrong with being busy. We all have to decide for our own family culture what's appropriate, what's doable, what creates goodness, and what creates burnout and doom and despair, and adjust accordingly. And we should do this without looking around at other households, but rather at our own household and what best meets the needs. And it's really important for us to know that even if our kids want to do stuff, we do not have to do all of the activities. We do not want to sabotage family finance so that they can have $80 soccer lessons if that's not feasible for the budget, even if they love soccer and they have a great private coach. But if that's not going to work, then that's just not going to work. And it's okay for our kids to be disappointed and for maybe people to judge us or for us to judge us and to allow our kids to be bored. Boredom is a really low grade, unenjoyable emotion, but it's a great starter, unpleasant emotion for our kids to learn how to solve. And we do not want to meet, it starts when they're little, right? We hand them the iPad or our phone just to shut them up because we can't stand hearing them whine. But when we set up our kids to never be bored, then they've never had to deal with a really safe, low grade, unpleasant emotion like boredom. And so then they're buying into this paradigm that we have also subconsciously embraced, that it's not okay to feel negative emotions or emotions that we don't enjoy, and that they must be immediately solved for. And I know I do this all the time. When I'm bored, I pick up my phone and boom, my boredom is solved for. But then I miss out on being present in kids that might walk into the room or more nurturing, intelligent activities that I might do, like reading a book or reaching out to a friend. So when we look at a model of where we believe that boredom is a problem, so when I say model, it is what I learned in life coach school. It's a 5-point process. We've got circumstance, thought, feeling, action, and result. And this is one of the primary ways I coach. It is not the only one, but it's a really great tool to get a nice general overview. And so the circumstance is whatever our teen is doing or not doing, or how they're feeling, what they're saying. And then we have this thought or belief that our child should not be bored and that that's a problem, that potentially something has gone wrong, that there's something we need to fix or solve for our child. Or maybe they want to be left alone and we want to sign them up for activities because we think boredom is bad. We think that our child should always be engaged in something, right? Because idle hands are the devil's workshop. So the feelings that these thoughts can create are a sense of anxiousness, annoyance, fear, worry, doubt, doom, dread, guilt. We can have a lot of feelings around this. So then the action line would be that we nag, that we sign them up for a lot of stuff so that we run everyone ragged. We worry about things. We try to solve the problem to feel better, to feel like things are going to be okay, that we're safe, that our kid is safe. The result is that we make problems. All of those actions trying to prevent problems actually create problems. Because guess what? Maybe our kids lie to us or avoid us. This happens. Yeah, I did all the things you gave me because now I just want to be left alone. Yeah, they didn't do the things you told them, but they're going to lie to you about it because they want you to leave them alone. They want to be bored. Or I can't right now, or I'm busy, or I like this sport just to keep you happy so that you'll get off my back. But really, they want to do something else, or they just want time to their own self, or whatever. Or I'm at a friend's house. Or they avoid conversations. They avoid us because we're the taskmaster. We're the one always giving them things or trying to solve. And so then we have a disconnect in the relationship. And it basically boils down to us modeling for them that they need to see stillness or boredom as a problem. And then they can't as easily regulate or learn how to deal with really safe, low-grade discomfort. Because we can't. We're passing that on to them. It's a generational thing. And we create issues for ourselves, and then we create issues for them. I was just at a ladies' weekend that I hosted. We have a place in Zion that is wonderful, and I took some friends down. It was so lovely. And some of these gals could not hack the lack of schedule and structure of being potentially bored and solving for boredom in healthy ways, such as visiting, doing a puzzle, taking a nap, allowing themselves to rest. Did you know that you do not need to earn rest? And neither does your teen. For too long, I bought into the lie that I couldn't rest until my to-do list was done. That day never comes. We never run out of things to do. And our kids won't either. And so it is our job to set the precedence that it is okay to be bored. And I really like to approach this with the idea that boredom is such a low-grade, non-threatening discomfort that it is a great space to not only practice how to deal with unpleasant feelings that we don't like in healthier ways than just, finding food to eat or a screen to zone in, zone out on. Because boredom can also be the mother of invention, right? They say that necessity is the mother of invention. But boredom can be also because when we are relaxed and looking for things to do, our kids can think through things. They can work through problems that they're having to find solutions. They can create beautiful things. They can do all of the things that they wouldn't be able to do if their schedule was jam-packed. And we want to really give our kids time to explore, to be kids, to have time to feel their feelings rather than push, push, push all day. And then guess who's waiting for us the second our head hits the pillow? Our feelings and all the things that we haven't gotten to deal with throughout the day. And they're like, oh, I'm so glad you're here. I've been waiting for your attention all day, and I am ready to go over my 100-point list to tell you exactly what I'm thinking and feeling and have been wanting your attention on. Does this happen to you? Do you make sure that you have no quiet moment all day until you've worked yourself so hard and you fall into bed? And then your brain is like, yay, let's talk about all the things you did wrong and the feelings you've been avoiding. And then you stay up because of that, or you fall asleep and then you wake up at like 4 a.m. and your brain is like, okay, now it's time to decompress all the feelings. What if we could do that sporadically throughout the day so that we could sleep more soundly? Well, guess what? We have to be bored or available for our brain to be able to do this. So boredom isn't being idle and it's not a problem. Idle hands are not the devil's workshop. Boredom is not the devil's workshop. This doesn't apply. We want to be able to have our kids do activities that they like and give them time to explore the world they live in without structure. Study after study has shown that this is actually really good for development. Hi there. I just want to pause and let you know if you are struggling to make sense of your teens' behaviors, emotions are running wild, and you're looking to turn things around to have the family you dreamed of while rocking them to sleep, I would love to talk to you. I want to give you a special, powerful gift. 30 minutes with me, my friend. You'll walk away with more confidence, clarity, and understanding of what the issue is and your next best step in resolving any situation you bring to me. It's completely free. I love families and want to help yours be wildly happy and successful. Book this call by visiting my website, heatherfraser.com. Remember, Fraser is spelled with a Z-I in the middle. And don't worry, the link is also in the show notes. I look forward to meeting and helping you. All right, so if we flip this around, instead of looking at our kids and what they're doing or what they're not doing, and our thought or belief, instead of something has gone wrong, we think teens should be bored sometimes. This isn't a problem. There's nothing to fix here. Then we can create feelings of calm or curiosity. We are more readily present and observant, and we can help our kids in these situations by letting them help themselves. Which means our actions are connecting and talking about things, allowing kids to solve their own boredom in thoughtful ways and mentoring them in how to do that. We can create more peace in our homes. And so the overall result is that life is right. We're better able to solve real issues that come up. We're more connected to our kids. And I just want to say that part of our brain as humans, there's a part that just has one job, which is to look for problems. And this is a really important part of our brain that we wouldn't want to necessarily turn off. But what it does for us is that when we live in such posh environments where there are not a lot of problems for our brain to find and solve, our brain creates problems. So, like on vacation, everything is perfect, but then we have to wait in line too long. So then that becomes our problem or something like that. Even though we have nowhere to be, the lines are the problem. For example, we don't need to make boredom a problem for our kids, because when we do that, we actually then create problems. So I invite you to consider the belief that kids are supposed to be bored, that boredom is not a problem, that it is not a reflection on if you are doing a good job as a parent, and that our kids actually need boredom to understand how to deal with emotions and feelings that they don't love, how to be creative, how to find things to entertain themselves. And again, we This doesn't mean that kids should just have a free for all and do whatever. We definitely don't want our kids turning to harmful things to alleviate boredom. But when kids are safe and loved, and boredom really is the worst emotion that they're feeling, they're not going to be looking for harmful ways to solve for this. They're going to do really cool things. And it's our job as parents to observe, to love, to mentor, and to allow. And oftentimes, this allow piece is where I see parents struggle the most. And if you need help understanding how to let your child be and to allow, let's talk. Come be part of my email list. All you have to do is hit reply and you get to me. You can sign up for the senior parent group or grab a free consult with me. These are all options. I would love to meet you and help you and see where you're at. With that, I hope that you found this episode helpful, and we will talk to you next week.